Hi, I'm Doug Cummins with Dahlin Group Architecture. I'm an associate and project manager designer with the company and been here for 10 years. It'll be 10 years in May this year, so pretty exciting. And Dahlin Group, we do everything from planning to high rises, landscape, design in some aspects, and anywhere from commercial, residential, everything like that. Been around for a little over 40 years now. So yeah, in high school, actually, I went through our pretty extensive wood shop program and had anywhere from 2 to 4 periods of wood shop. 4 periods my senior year, and kind of went the ROP route and that path. And I actually did some auto body and auto mechanics when I was in high school as well. I had an ROP program at a different high school. So really, my high school career was focused on carpentry and auto mechanics. And then went to and lived in Spain for 2 months over the summer after I graduated high school, just be a maintenance guy at a summer camp, just to help them out with anything that broke. And that's when my love for architecture kind of came into play. And then came back, went to junior college to take some drafting classes and little things like that. And then ended up at California College of the Arts in San Francisco. And it's a very art focused school. I'm not a math guy. I'm not a science guy, anything like that. So I really wanted to focus on the art aspect of architecture. And that was a really, really amazing program that I went through and got to focus on a lot of different things in architecture. There's a lot of different ways you can go and classes you can take. And then interned with Dahlin Group when I was in college. And once I got out, went back and they said, "Hey, we can offer you a full-time position here." So it was pretty great to be able to transition right from being an intern into a full-time position there. Wasn't the best in any of those subjects really. In high school, I was just so focused and passionate about wood shop and auto shop and using my hands and going that path that really it didn't come quick to me. And the good thing is, at least in my career right now, math is not an extensive subject that I have to use every day. So I know that's one big turnoff that a lot of people think, that math is really heavy in architecture. And at least what we do as designers, separate from like a structural engineer, being a structural engineer, you might have a lot of math involved in that. But on the architecture side, really does not come into play a whole lot. So it's pretty great. I think one of the hardest parts in my career right now is I lead a team of 5 to 6 people. So each one of those people learn a little bit differently and take information in a little bit differently. So one of my biggest struggles as a manager and working with my team is how each of them really react to the questions, how I explain things. So it's really learning each individual person a lot more to understand how to make our team flow better and for us to have a great relationship both in the office, and we have a great relationship outside the office. So I think it's a ongoing, not struggle, but just ongoing thing to work on and keep up with your team and make sure that they're important and wanting to work with you more for sure. I think for me, I get into the office really early. I get into the office about 7 o'clock every day to get things ready for my team to move forward. So I think really communication is a big thing in between the team and with your managers. Knowing if you're going to be, showing up to work late, knowing if you're going to be out of the office or something like that. And then just some good habits are really just, being aware of your schedule and how that can impact your work life as well. Things come up, but it's just that communication with your team and your managers that really will progress you, much further if you're really open and just talking with them a lot, really. The architecture side of the building industry really kind of helps push both the design and technology aspect of the industry, really, that we're thinking of new ideas all the time, coming up with new designs, trying to push our builders to do different things to really make every community feel like its own special thing, rather than, kind of creating, just massive tract houses everywhere. Really is having each one have its own special, nuance, its own special design, its own character, because every little place, every project, there's a reason why it's there. And there's a different, like group of people that will want to come to that and live in that area. So I think creating those special places is a really important thing for the building industry. Is do what you're passionate about. I had a lot of support from my parents that kind of let me do what I was liking and what I was involved with at that time when I was in high school doing the wood shop and the auto shop classes. I bought my first car when I was 13 and restored it. And now I've done 4 of them, just on the side. So, things like that is all those little tiny things that you're interested in that you might not think gets you to this end goal of wherever you want to go. All those little things help form you, one, into a more interesting person, but also you can use anything from those little, pass along the way to where you end up. I used my time as a cabinet maker in architecture all the time. I use my time of, working on cars, figuring out how things go together. That's what we do as an architect is it's just a big puzzle, just trying to figure how things go together. So every little tiny thing that you can get involved with, I would say do it. I mean, it's just so much fun. Anyway, I still build, I still work on cars, I still do all that stuff. And it just makes you, a really well-rounded person. And there's a lot of different paths you can go to if you keep all that stuff up too.